What is going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. So I just shipped off the old Queen Thanos bust, and so the only one that needs to go is Loki, just waiting on the seller to pay me the final payment, and then Loki will be shipped off that same day. Although I'm tempted to box them up now, but I don't have anywhere to really store it in my house, and so I really need to wait until it's sold. But I was actually able to move Thanos a little bit more forward so I could see both of his eyes from this angle. I just twisted him a little bit and I got him more like that instead of more to the side. So I think that looks really good. Ultimately, I think the best angle is about that. I would say that is the best angle. This angle does give you the most like body viewability. And when you're over on that side, it's not the best. But, I've been able to sink in. I've been looking at Thanos quite a bit, and I've been trying to, you guys always love those top 10 lists. So we got to do a new one, top 10 life-size busts. Because I haven't counted 30 plus, 40 plus busts now. This whole wall is all just busts and life-size props. We've added a plethora of Infinity Studio busts, just right and left. So we've added so many amazing grails to the collection, and there's still many more to come. That's the thing. We're going to be getting, very soon, Doctor Strange life-size bust. And then Captain America life-size bust is supposedly supposed to start shipping in June. So I'm going to get Captain America by July, because I'm going to order through Resin GK, and he's going to hook me up and get it to me early. So we're definitely going to get that. We're going to get, eventually, Bale bust, Khaleesi bust. Most likely at least Kong bust, and then let me think what else. Clicker bust. I think Clicker bust has top 10 potential for sure. So we're going to go ahead and do the top 10 countdown of the best busts in my collection as of right now. But in terms of which ones I think will make the top 10 list, I definitely think Khaleesi is going to be a contender for top 3. I think Bale is a contender for top 10. Clicker is a contender for top 10. And Captain America is a contender for top 10. Same with potentially Thor and Doctor Strange. God, so many amazing busts. I mean, Jupiter's freaking cock, folks. This room doesn't have as many busts as like the Marvel DC, but there's still a lot. You got like one. Queen Alien bust is a contender for top 10. So you got, you'll have 1, 2, 4 on this wall. Let's see, you got 2, 4, 5 on this wall. Actually, wait, 5 on this wall as well with none. So 5 and 5, and then 5. So 5 busts each wall. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And when that revs, 5. This one will have 1, 2. I mean, that's more or less a bust. Just added the rest. And then if you count Alita, that's 4. So we have nearly 5 on each wall in just this room. The Lord of the Rings room is the least amount of busts just because all we have is Godzilla and eventually Kong, and that's it for this room. So this is not really a bust room. You got 1 in the hallway, and I really love that Raptor bust. This room is definitely less bust as well, but you obviously have Bruce Lee, the 2 Dragon Ball Z, and the 2 Mortal Kombat. So definitely not nearly as many busts. So in reality, we have 5 busts in this room. We'll be adding Clicker, so 6. But you do got some really good busts of my favorite characters. I hope someday to also add a Silicone Kratos bust. That's the goal. I'll definitely make space and sacrifice for Kratos. I've been playing with the idea that if we keep Hulkbuster and, Shazam and I want Black Adam, I just throw it right here. We do 2 24 by 18-inch posters and do Black Adam right here. I still have good viewing angles. It's closer in the camera. For me, it's more like, probably like that. I mean, I can see the whole thing, but I have good viewing angles on this. So, Raptor bust looks fantastic. Very happy. The custom always grinded my gears. There's so many things about it that just grinded my gears. And then here you got so many busts, it's not even funny. Plus, we'll be adding the Mark 7. Unless we sell Hulkbuster, then I'll just cancel Mark 7. Anyways, let's get to it, the top 10 busts. Alrighty, so I wanted to check my channel how many times I've done this. I did it 3 months ago, but we've added a ton of busts since then. I did it 1 year ago and 2 years ago and we actually have 2 videos here. Top 10 updated, top 10. So top 15. Oh my Jupiter. That's way too many videos. All right, we can't do a top 10 then. We're just going to do the 5 best busts in my collection, because we've already done it too many times, folks. That's like 5 times. So 5 bests in the collection. And I believe, for the most part, the majority of them are in this room. You know, this room is starting to become one of my favorite rooms. I feel like the horror is still my favorite, but this is a very close second. And I've been spending a ton of time in here because of the amount of grails and silicones I've been adding. You know, when I had no silicones in this room, or just like maybe 1, you know, I would not put this even close to the Marvel DC or the horror room. But lately, you know, I've added so many amazing busts. I never thought I'd own all these, to be honest. When Infinity first came out with like all these DC busts, I didn't think I thought I'd just get Harley. Like, that was my goal. I want just Harley. I was like, yeah, I'll pass on the Trinity. I'll get Queen, Wonder Woman, and Harley, and that's it. You know, I never thought I'd get Mara or Catwoman. I always wanted that Joker, so that was definitely what I wanted. Joker, Harley, and Wonder Woman, like those 3. Never thought I'd get Aquaman. But here we are today. We've added so many. And let's go ahead and do my 5 favorite busts. Now, Aquaman's kind of hard because I don't have the extra arm, but I do believe he is one of my better busts simply due to the presence, the size, the amazing armor, the incredible base, you know, that giant metal freaking trident. You know, he has so much hand-punched hair that makes him very impressive, you know, because most might have like some stubble, but he has like a full-on beard, mustache, you know, the eyebrows with all the scars, long hair. You know, it truly is impressive. And I believe for a bust, you know, there's several things that you really need to have. 1, the likeness. Likeness needs to be good. 2, the concept, and that encompasses the base, and if it has arms, what are the arms doing? You know, and then 3 is just the overall detailed look and presence. You know, like that's what makes such an impressive bust. So, I mean, this guy, every time I see it, I'm literally just like blown away. No joke. Loki still blows me away. And I think y'all are super crazy for thinking that one's better. Like, I'm here in person, and I'm telling you now, that one is way better. Not even close to the same. Not even close. You know, not even in the same league, in my opinion. I put that Loki as good as an Infinity bust. That's how good it is. You know. So, all right, let's get to it. Alrighty, folks. Gizmo is attacking Daddy, but here's the thing with, you know, top 10s, top 5s. It always depends on your mood and what you're kind of in the mood for. You know, for me, I'm really in the Marvel DC bus right now. They're like my favorite bus. So if I'm going to put it as the top 5 bus, I'd probably say number 5 is Aquaman. You know, I'm annoyed about the arm issue, but once I get that fixed and back, you know, he's freaking amazing. Not even, like, he's so good. Number 5. And then I would do number 4 as Loki bust. Even though he's armless, I really love the armor design, the helmet, the horns. It's so freaking good. I'd put that as number 4. And then I'd probably go 3, 2. You know, ultimately, I still think I like Wonder Woman just a tad more than the Mara. You know, just because, like, the armor looks cooler. I mean, I really love the armor on that. But it's kind of the same design almost throughout, where hers just has so much going on. And they're both so good. They're kind of like ties for me. Before we get to number 1, a few honorable mentions. 1, Harley. The only reason Harley's not top 5 is due to the lack of silicone hand, and the likeness is a little bit off. And then I would say Catwoman, Joker. Catwoman is perfect likeness. I just think it's due to the nature of the character. You know, like the costume isn't super interesting to look at. The base is cool, but there's cooler bases. Joker is incredible, but his likeness is a little off. And the arm behind the back, when you're looking straight at it, kind of looks like he's armless. I know the arm's there and it's holding the mask and it's kind of like tricky. The base is amazing. The detail's second to none. The jacket, everything's super high quality. But I would probably, you know, I understand why they did the arm behind the back. They couldn't have it hanging down because it would, you know, hit the base. So they had to do something to have it up. But ultimately, if his likeness was a tad better, I would rank him higher. The others would be Bruce Lee. You know, he's a perfect bust, really. And then Pennywise bust and Arnold bust. Those, you know, I'm just in the mood of Marvel DC right now, I'll say. But obviously you guys know Pennywise, Arnold, absolute top-notch busts. I definitely do prefer my bust with arms in general. I think it adds a ton to the piece. Concept, presence, you know. Ultimately, 2 arms is better than 1, but 1 is better than none. You know, like, I think Loki would look incredible if it had 1 arm holding the Tesseract. Imagine how cool that would be. Similar to the Thanos, how Thanos is holding the gauntlet. Imagine Loki had that right arm or left arm coming out holding a Tesseract that lit up. So, yeah. I definitely am a fan of the arms, you know, even if it's just 1. But at the end of the day, my favorite bust is this Thanos. I've determined it is the best bust of my collection. For many reasons. One, I absolutely love Thanos. He's my favorite villain. I think his armor is the coolest looking armor. I think it tops Loki, Wonder Woman, Batman, you know, all of my other busts. His armor's cooler than all the other ones. So I definitely dig that. So the armor's the best looking armor. His arm with a full-size Infinity Gauntlet can't be beat. Nothing tops that. You know, every other bust, you know, has something cool going on. You know, Harley holding a bat, and you have her, you know, really silicone detailed hands. Mera with the water effect. Aquaman holding a trident with his cool armor. And all that's amazing and whatnot. Alita holding a sword. But Thanos' gigantic, you know, like 30+ inch pythons with this amazing looking armor and a light up Infinity Gauntlet. This is just beyond Jupiter's cock so good. You know, so it's just like, oh my effing gosh. And I think this really improved upon some of the features I disliked about the last Thanos bust. You know, when I first got that bust, if you guys go back and watch my video, I had several complaints. You know, one complaint, it's too small. Now this is bigger. Like when I was boxing up my other Thanos, this part of the helmet comes off on the original. And I actually put it next to this one, and this one's about 2 inches longer. So they did make his overall head and armor bigger. Like his head is bigger on this one. So this is more true life-size Thanos. And it's kind of crazy. Some people are saying, I thought it would be bigger. Like, dude, you don't understand how big this is. This is no joke. Like, my brother and wife, when they saw this, they're like, holy shiz. You know, so this has a holy shiz presence when you see this thing. But yeah, the size was my biggest complaint about the original. Second was the skin tone. I really disliked the color of the skin tone from the original. I wanted a more purple look. This is the look I wanted. This purple is perfect for me. I really like this purple. It is how I envision Thanos, how I see him in the movies. And I really disliked that on the original one. Hence, you saw me doing the whole, like, powder, which I should not have to do that. I understand powder to get rid of, like, sweat, but I should have never had to do it to fix his skin tone. And everyone complained about the skin tone, and Queen just ignored the whole thing, you know, and blew it off like it was nothing. Third, lack of neck. Thanos does have a neck right here. As you can see, there's, like, literally 2.5, 3 inches, 4 inches back there of neck. The original did not have a neck. I think the one thing the OG had that I do like a little bit better was the base. I like this base a lot. It's really cool. I think the OG one was cooler though. Especially like the back part and the way they did that. I really liked that. I did not care for the light up feature. It was weak, pathetic. It added nothing. If anything, it took away from the bust. So I don't care about that light up. This light up within a gauntlet is 1,000 times cooler. I also think the likeness was a tad off on the OG. You know, I like the teeth in that sense, but I do think I see more Thanos in this. Like, this is a, you know, spot on, like 99, 100% likeness. There's no question about it. You know, this is Thanos. You know, just like you see that cowl, that's Anna Hathaway. So I am definitely, you know, a massive fan of this piece. The size, the presence, the detail, the likeness, the skin tone, the Infinity Gauntlet. I really like the color of the Infinity Gauntlet, doing that more aged bronze gold look, you know, versus some of the other Infinity Gauntlets we've seen over the years. But yeah, at the end of the day, this is the best bust I've seen and the best bust I own. I don't think it's going to be topped. You know, even Khaleesi, as good as she's going to be, and she's going to be so amazing, I don't think she'll top this. I think she will become my second best bust. You know, and then third, I'd have to see Captain in person. And same with, like, Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange will be as good as Loki. It's not going to be better than, like, Wonder Woman or Mera. Captain America bust, though, with him having full arms Infinity style, he definitely is a contender. And I think Bale bust is a contender. You know, just because his armor is so intricate. He has a full silicone portrait with amazing likeness. Plus, I love Bale Batman. So I definitely think those are contenders. Plus, the Queen Alien bust, I think, as a contender for top 10. I think I'm really going to like that bust. I just need Spec Fiction to ship it already. But anyways, yeah, this Thanos bust is officially my favorite bust in the collection. So let me know what you guys think. Once I get Godzilla vs. Kong, I'll do an updated best overall statues in the collection, and we'll determine, you know, what's better, this, Godzilla vs. Kong, or Jetwing Optimus, which is my current favorite. You know, it's kind of crazy how many pieces I'm getting that are contenders for #1 spot. It's absolutely crazy. That rarely happens. You get a contender for #1. For the longest time, it was Shockwave, then Wonder Woman on horse. You know, she held the title for years, and now it's like almost every few months there's a new contender. It's pretty crazy, but it definitely makes things much more exciting. Anyways, folks, that's it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you guys agree, disagree? What bust would you put at the top? I'll see you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.